Well, y'all, I'm donating a few cents today. Two, as a matter of fact. I have a random thought. I'm trying to understand why do people cheat, right? And if you have the answer, feel free to chime in. Leave it in the comments. But my question is, and this is men and women, right? And this is not to say that I wasn't a cheater, because shit, I was a cheater. But I think as you get older, you grow up, you know, or you should, and you learn to take accountability for your actions, or you should, you know. But I guess my question is, if you have somebody and you love this person, right? Why you carry yourself out there and go cheat? You don't realize that you always gonna see somebody that look like they got more than what you got? You know? You got a beautiful woman or a handsome man, whatever, right? You're gonna always see another beautiful woman. Hell, you're gonna see many beautiful women. You're gonna always see finer men. You know? You're gonna always see something you feel like you don't have, right? Or something you feel is quote unquote better, right? But at what point do you say, I'm okay with what I got? Or at what point do you say, this is not working for me and I need to vocalize that and do whatever I feel is the best option, not just for me, but for the situation, right? So this is a question to the men, and I'm gonna have questions for women as well, but this here I want to totally direct toward men, and only because I see it a lot with men, right? Not to say that I don't see it with women, but I see it, I guess, me being a woman, I see it a lot with the opposite sex, right? And that could be, maybe I'm being biased. I don't know. I don't mean to be biased if it seems that I'm being biased. But, you know, I don't know. I hope it's not taken like that, right? But I pose a question to the men. If you have someone who you so-called love, and you carry your ass out there, and you see somebody that you want, right? Why you can't leave them alone and say, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay with what I got. Or I'm not okay with what I got, and so I'm gonna let that go and see what else is out there. Why do you have to be so greedy or so selfish to deal with someone while you already have someone, right? To me, it's a selfish act. It's out of fear that, oh, this what I have is good, but if I can get somebody else that's better, I'm going to hold on to this person and waste this person time, and then I'm going to go and find somebody. I'm taping. Somebody better. That's my son, y'all. Y'all will get to meet him at another time. He running, so you know know how kids are. But you know, I say, why you don't say, you know what? Let me let this person go and continue to explore my options, right? If that's what you want to do. Why you gotta be so greedy and selfish to try to hold on to that person until you find somebody else, right? So you're depriving the person you with the option of realizing you're not the one for them, right? And that you're not content. So while you searching, they could search. No, you want to be greedy and search while you got somebody else. Men, why do y'all do that? Knowing that if the shoe was on the other foot and the woman did that, oh, she's a hoe, she's a hoe, she's a this, she's a slut, she's a... So what the hell are y'all when y'all are out there doing that? Oh, let me guess, y'all just being a man because, society told y'all that that's okay. Go get them, Tyga. That shit is okay. That ain't okay. That's stupid. You're causing unnecessary aggravation, unnecessary pain for you and for the other person. Because when they hurt, who got to deal with it? You? If they retaliate, you still got to deal with that. If they knock the hell out of you, who got the knock? You? You understand? Why do that? Why be so greedy? Why not grow up and say, I already know how this is going to play out, right? I already know that this is not going to be good, when all is said and done, if I get caught. And I guess my other question is, let's say if you love the person, right? And you have no plans of leaving the person, but you just want to go out and be greedy because, you want to see, I guess, if you still got it, or explore your options of what you can, get into, right? So you cheat and you get away with it. Then you cheat again and you get away with it. And then you keep cheating until you get caught. Now, the person is hurt and threatening to leave. So now, because you feel like you risk losing this person, you feeling sad and sorry and sick, that you can possibly lose this person you say you love. But let's say the person don't leave and you guys work through it. Y'all then turn around and carry your ass back out there and cheat again. Cheat again. And so now you get caught again. And this time, let's say this person leaves and they ain't coming back. Right? Now you sick. You'll enjoy being single for a little while. But then when that get old and you realize that all these people that look good is still nothing like what you lost, now you sick. Now you want that person back. But let's say that person don't take you back. And that person doesn't want anything else to do with you. So now you're going to run out and try to get somebody that was like the person you lost. See how stupid that is? That's stupid. That's so stupid and irresponsible, right? But you go and you try to get what you feel you lost, only to discover that this person is nothing like what you lost, and you can't replace the person you lost. My question to you is, at what point do you grow up? Why does it always have to take a loss for you to realize what you got? At what point do you say, you know what, I'm an adult and I need to grow my ass up, right? I need to realize what I have and act accordingly, whether it be I keep them, right, and I be content with what I have, or I keep looking at other shiny things and, want that. Why? Why can't you just grow the hell up? And for the women, let me ask you this question. At what point do you realize that screwing a lot of different men ain't a flex? Cheating on your man is not a flex, right? A lot of people end up killed. A lot of people end up hurt. A lot of bad things happen when you are dealing with more than one person. Some people have trauma that they cannot get over. Some people have an ego that they cannot control. So at what point do you realize that cheating does a disservice not only to the other person, and this is male or female cheating, but it does a disservice to you as well, right? All it does is create more trauma, create more mess in your life. And I guess some people like that, right? Some people can't function unless they are in mess. Some people cannot function in healthy environments. So I get it. But what point do you realize that it's not normal, and you seek help for that, right? You seek help. I don't know, it's just a random thought, just a random thought. At what age do we stop glorifying cheating for men and women? At what age do we realize that shit is not a flex and it's really a trauma response? I don't know. Y'all chime in and let me know. Have a good day.